Hey guys, what's up? Deniz from the World of Bodybuilding. Today I want to talk about Roelly Winklaar and why I think that he won't place in the top 6 at this year's Mr. Olympia. So talking about that, of course, we want to compare his last year's Mr. Olympia appearances. We want to check his placement there and what changes this year. So last year he got 5th place and he looked like that. So I will talk about first his physique and then his competition that will dramatically change this year and will make it extremely hard and, in my opinion, unlikely that he will place in the top 6. So let's start with the front double biceps. If you see this, I like Roelly. I think he's a cool guy and stuff, but just constructive criticism. I think his shape was good enough to do a guest posing appearance far away from competing at the Olympia and have a Mr. Olympia winning conditioning. That's just, I mean, if you check pose to pose and before checking all those other posts, and then I think it will sound more realistic to you why he can't just redo his placement this year. The main thing is also that this year, last year, Phil Heath didn't compete there and Big Ramy didn't compete there. So this year, and he was 5th. Okay, let's say Phil Heath and Big Ramy will compete there this year. I think both of them will place ahead of Roelly. So naturally, that would shift him downwards to 7th. Going into more detail at the end of the video. So let's start with the poses. At the front double biceps, you just see that the main problem here is the conditioning. Also, his leg development is not doesn't match his upper body development. His main points are because of his huge, humongous arms that he gets lots of attraction by the people because that just catches. That's an eye catcher. Now we come to the front lat spread pose. Also, again here, you see that the conditioning was just lacking. That's the main thing. He doesn't have a extremely balanced body. You also see that here. It's a freak body and it's a freak show, of course, but it's he's a freak under freaks. This pose actually doesn't look bad. I think just standing there still and you see his huge lats from the front. So but you also again you see the conditioning and his leg development. The leg size is lacking, so to say, which just is not enough. Here you see the side poses. In general, Roelly Winklaar is extremely good at the side poses because one also thing is that he has definitely the one of the best, if not the best, triceps in the industry right now. And even seeing that, I know pictures where his triceps, it's way more striated and stuff. You see really that this also was lacking there. You see his leg development. The one thing is that he has good calves, so I think he could put some size on his legs if he would prioritize that. He has great arms. He has a great chest. He has a great neck. He has great shoulders. So that's like the upper body, the mass is already there. I mean, he's not like Johnny Jackson. Don't get me wrong. He has more massive, but it goes into a similar direction in my opinion. Then the back lat spread, you see that also not only the fat, but also you clearly see that he had a film of water. You know what I mean? So that's just first conditioning, second contributing to the conditioning, the film, the water film, and that will this year he has to get rid of that. That will extremely help him. So just seeing that pose, I think also what I always seeing those pictures, almost everybody of the top guys could pose better and make their body look better. I mean, it sounds terrific saying that to top competing guys, but I mean, even that pose, that's not the optimal pose, to show your body. I think they are just, the posing, I think in Kuwait he has lots of guys that will help him with that, but yeah, but that's not why I put him seventh. It's mainly the disbalance and the conditioning, mostly the conditioning also. Okay, here's you see that he no details in his hams, barely details in his quads, no glute striations. Of course, his calves are good. His his back is just dominated by his huge shoulders and arms. His back itself, lacks a little bit, I would say. He doesn't have a real Christmas tree. It's like a Christmas tree in off season, It's just not ready to wish you a Merry Christmas. And let's continue. The back lat spread. Here you see that it could be a little wider, but that's always limited to your shoulders and stuff, like the Phil Heath example we had. But yeah, that's not why he, couldn't place higher. I think his main flaws are where else. Here you see again that his hams and it's not the conditioning. It's not ready. It's not like he has like huge amounts of fat laying on him, but the combination of a little bit fat and the water film just makes it unpresentable for a top guy at the Olympia. Here again, to be fair, I always try to show the best poses. So if I would just show this, you could criticize way more than showing the finished post. He has great abs. He always had great abs. They are actually very, very symmetrical. So, yeah, that's again, you see that his legs, first detail, and also mass. So the freak of the freaks, the mass monster, in my opinion, not everywhere he's a mass monster. He needs size here, legs, they always, the goon light, like Nick said, looking great, everybody can look great in the bathroom, you know what I mean? They're showing pictures in the bathroom with the best lighting after having a workout pump of their upper body, but just show more your legs. I don't remember seeing any leg shots that has reasons. I always remember showing most muscular poses, maybe front buys, but mostly most muscular, which we will see in a minute. So the most muscular pose is extremely impressive because here the main attention is on the upper body, of course. He has a great, you see his extreme neck, his shoulders, his huge arms, his good chest. It's just amazing, Even the crab pose, which Jay loved to do, is very good seeing at Roelly. So he has the most muscular pose. Definitely is, in my opinion, one of Roelly's best poses. So in a conclusion, I think the things I talked about, first conditioning, second disbalances, third, because of that, missing lots of size in his quads, which you see in almost every pose, are reason why I don't see him in the top 6 this year. Because, like I said, Phil Heath will be just there this year, Big Ramy will be there this year, and the other guys who placed ahead of him were Brendan Curry, William Bonac, Hadi Chupin, and Dexter Jackson, and I don't see anybody placing behind Roelly again this year. The only thing where you could speculate is Dexter Jackson, so 6th and 7th could be shifted. Roelly could get 6th by kicking Dexter out and vice versa, but this is Dexter Jackson's last Mr. Olympia, so I think Dexter won't be off. You know what I mean? He definitely never off, but he won't be off this year again, I think. So my ultimate, thing is Roelly will be around 7. That's the placement, I think. Of course, there are always, you can always have positive and negative shocks. So if he nails the conditioning, but that's what we always say every year, if Ramy nails the conditioning, if Ramy nails the conditioning, if Kai competes at that's lots of ifs and maybes, but based on almost every year I saw really won't happen, you know. So that's my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed it and you like those analyzes, please, you know, you have to give me, you know, that's like a comedian, you know, don't get any claps, you know. You have to write in the comments, because then I know I can't guess. Give it a thumb up, comment it, and subscribe to my channel. Let's make it huge till the Olympia. Bye.